Hello, this is Short Me Tina from shortmetina.com, doing a quick video analysis recap for ticker symbol VRX. I believe it was on Monday or Tuesday after there was a news release that Bill Ackman decided to let go of his position in this particular stock. And I'm not going to get too much into sort of like the backstory of the dramatics of this, but definitely research. It's a quite an interesting story. This guy held the stock all the way from like 200 to most recently this Monday when he decided to get rid of his shares. I'm not quite sure at what price point, but it definitely hasn't traded above 14 or 15 for a very long time. So he essentially realized about $3 billion in losses. It's a lot of money, but definitely go read the story. Very interesting guy to follow. But so side note really quickly here, quote unquote smart money, they do get it wrong from time to time, and in this particular case he got it wrong in an extremely big way. So not because big money is in a stock necessarily mean it's a good stock to be in, but that's neither here nor there. So after investors found out that Mr. Ackman decided to let go of their shares, the stock saw pretty much a sell-off, and then that's why you see this gap down here. At any rate, after trading closed on this day, and this was the last day of that trading, you see where this little pencil is, this little cursor. So that was like the last 5 minutes of trading. So we're going to look back a little bit now. So after this video, rather after this trading action here, I had absolutely no idea what was going to happen, the next few days. I did a video, again, this is technical analysis, based on what I saw here and some other things, and I tried to my best, project what was going to happen going forward. And essentially I was, for the most part, right. And it took about 2 days to materialize, 2 to 3 days to materialize. Anyway, we saw a gap down here. And again, I did a video after this day, after trading action on 3/14. So go on my website. I'll leave a link and check that video out. It's actually going to be on the same page that this link is on, or this video is on. Just sort of scroll down, or you can check it on my YouTube channel. At any rate, based on trading action here, I said to myself, well, I don't think the sell-off is going to continue the next few days, or at least the next day. And if I was to trade this stock, I would actually long the stock because I was expecting a bounce. I indicated to individuals that, well, the stock closed on that day at, closed 1088. I said, well, don't get it there. When you're getting into a stock, you want to get it at the best possible entry level. And I indicated that 1070 was that entry level. So let's see what happened the next day. So the stock opened. We saw this big red candle. It went down to 1072. That could have been a decent level to get into, because I said around 1070, 1080. 1072 is closer to 1070. That would be fine. We're off by like about 2 cents. In the grand scheme of things, this is not necessarily a penny stock, so 2 cents is pretty much so insignificant. Look at the next 5-minute bar, 1067. You could have actually gotten a better entry if you waited 10 minutes into trading action. Then we spiked up here, and then we went all the way to, we topped out at around 1120, 1130. In the video, I predicted that we would more or less fill this gap and top out around 1080. So the following day, we didn't get to 1080, we got to like 1022, but look what happens. Look what happened today, rather. Stock gapped up in the morning. Not necessarily gapped up, but we saw this sort of big green candle, high of 1160. And I should note that in pre-market action, the stock actually went to 1175. So 1175, I'm going to consider that more or less a gap fill. Again, in trading, you're never going to be precise down to a T. You just, you try to be exact. I try to approximate. So if I say, well, it's going to fill the gap around 1080, then give yourself sort of like a 20-cent window, right? It's either going to touch 1070 or it's going to touch 1090. In this particular case, the stock touched 1075 in pre-market action. And when the market opened, it went as high as 1160. So again, I indicated in my previous video that, well, we're going to see about $1 or so upside, run into some resistance, and then pull back. And that's exactly what we did. We ran up, ran into resistance, and then we pulled back closer to 1103. So If you trade based on support resistance level, then after this gap was filled, that would have been your cue to go short. At any rate, what do I say about the stock now? At this juncture, it can do a lot of things. I mean, you know, there was a sell-off, but it still held 11. So anything is possible. But, you know, if I can... Actually, I won't even guesstimate. It's Friday. Stocks tend to sell off on Friday. I'll wait until next week, see what it does on Monday, and then I'll probably have a bigger picture as to what VRX is going to do. So if you're trading this stock, continue to follow me. As long as it's in the news, I'll analyze it and I'll go over it for free. It's not a stock that I'm willing to touch, so definitely this is something you can utilize for free to see sort of how my TA skills are. Short Me Tina, shortmetina.com. Thanks once again, and thanks for the follow.